Hello and good afternoon. It's time again for Hot on the Hills. My name is Isamat Pamela with the news. The political air in Uganda is just getting heated as several presidential candidates officially start their groundwork to woo their supporters over to their side ahead of the 2021 general polls. As we speak right now, the incumbent president, also the NRM party flag bearer Yoweri Museveni, is on a campaign trail in Luwero to meet with NRM party leaders from the greater Luwero area before proceeding to talk to masses on radio and TV in Buganda region. Retired General Mugisha Muntu Greg for Alliance for National Transformation has also just arrived at Gogonya in Zambia in Makindye division, where he kickstarts his campaign to meet with the ANT leaders within the division. Our reporter Zainab Ali is on ground and she says Muntu has been greeted by close to 100 people who are present with no supervision. Police deployment and SOPs and masks are a matter that we are looking into. We'll be trying to get in touch with her in a short while from now to tell us exactly what is happening there in Gogonyo Makindye division. Muntu recently partially launched his manifesto and it highlights In part of the highlights, he unveiled that a 47-man campaign team was planning to traverse 146 districts of Uganda with 65 days left allocated by the Electoral Commission for the campaigns. Meanwhile, Robert Chagulanyi, aka Bobby Wine of the National Unity Platform, will also be traveling to Arua any minute from now. He will then proceed to Nebi after Arua, and then he will go to Kitgum. That's where his campaign will start by focusing on. But Wine says he chooses Arua because of a bloody experience that he experienced in 2018 that led to the death of his bodyguard Yasin Kavuma, who took a bullet for him.
Njagala okulangirira nti tusimbula olwaleero mu ddakiika eziddako nga tugenda okutandika kampeyini yaffe mu Arua. Lwaki Arua? Arua eyo emyaka ebiri egiyise mwena nga mwe mwalaba nali nina okulusulamu akaba. Naye kubanga Katonda w'amaanyi nasobola okulusumatuka newankubadde mu nnaku ey'ekitalo baatuttako muganda waffe Yasin Kawuma. Kati tuddayo mu Arua okutandikirayo kampeyini okubalaga nti ebyo byonna tebyasobola kututiisatiisa, tebyasobola tumala mu maanyi. Tugenda mu Arua okutandikira mu Arua okubalaga nti essuubi lye tulina mu mitima gyaffe lisinga okutya kwe bagezaako tuteekamu. Tugenda mu Arua okubalaga nti mu Arua gye wali ekisuubizo era mu Arua gye wagenda kubeera ekituukirizo. Tugenda mu Arua okuwa baganda baffe abattibwa n'abo abaasibibwa n'abaatulugunyizibwa ekitiibwa. Tugenda mu Arua okuwa Yasin Kawuma ekitiibwa n'okumukakasa wadde Yasin tolina ffe leero naye twagala okukakasa kyali wange nti wadde tolina ffe leero wadde toyimiridde naffe leero wano oyimiridde mu ffe.
Other candidates, presidential candidates, starting their trail today include Fred Wesiga, who is in Kampala as well, Nancy Nakalembe, who is in Jinja, while Joseph Kabuleta will be in Gulu. Also, General Tumukunde kicks off his campaign tomorrow in Rukungiri district. As for the Forum for Democratic Change, members and supporters are facing stiff resistance currently from security forces in Soroti ahead of his manifesto launch and start of his campaign happening today at Soroti SS grounds. Police, anti-riot trucks and tanks, patrol vehicles with personnel have strategically been deployed to control movement around Soroti Sports Ground. That's the venue of the launch. FDC presidential candidate Patrick Amuriat Boy is on transit to Soroti, but is making stopovers on his way. He first passed Jinja City, where he held a procession and was tear-gassed away after crowds gathered to meet him. Amuriat is expected to make another stopover in Mbale before he can head to Soroti. Along Bale-Soroti Road, police have put roadblocks to regulate traffic on the road. Also, soldiers have taken to Awoja police checkpoint, which is a border between Soroti and Ngora districts. However, Amuriat's manifesto launch hangs in the balance after police deployed heavily at the venue to stop, saying that they the venue was not a fairground because it's close to a COVID-19 health facility. The Soroti DPC, David Tisiamungira, the man behind the operation, claims that patients admitted at the hospital risk suffocating as a result of the tear gas, which is most likely to blow up due to the violence that might happen. However, Jenna Chen, the chairperson of FDC in Soroti district, says that the deployment cannot scare them. She calls the supporters to show up in big numbers instead.
So even if the security are there, so many requested for them to be around so that people will be in position to observe these SOPs. So I don't want anybody to fear. Those security people are our own people, and the function is on. We are going to go on with our function as planned, and we are on.
Meanwhile, FDC diehards in Soroti are insistent on staying despite anything. They say it is impossible for them to chicken out of this, especially at a time when they are receiving their own son from Teso.
What is upset you? We are sitting over their son. We are ready for tear gas if they breathe. It has been there. It's not the first time. That's why you this is not the first time for Teso to see the gas. We handle the gas. You see when we fight them, we put it down with the gas. They say.
Meanwhile, a wave of shock continues to move across Nakasene village in Useruka sub-county, Hoima district, after a UPDF, Uganda People's Defense Forces soldier, shot himself dead with his own gun. The deceased, Corporal Wilson Kalyango, who is 40, attached to the 13th Battalion, was found lying in a pool of blood as early as 5 a.m. today by residents near a Catholic church in Kabale Parish, just close to Kabale UPDF detach. Kalyango reportedly shot himself in the neck and died instantly. His gun was found lying right next to him at the scene of crime. However, findings so far indicate that prior to his death, Kalyango mysteriously disappeared for about 4 days from his workstation at the barracks with his gun. The captain, Joseph Mada of 303 Brigade Counterintelligence, says that at the time Kalyango shot himself, they had mounted a search for him because he was missing. He says UPDF officers rushed to the scene and discovered Kalyango had been there for a while, and at the scene they also found the gun and a cartridge and a magazine. Manda says investigations are still ongoing to ascertain what made him commit suicide, since he did not have any misunderstanding with his colleagues at the barracks.
It is true, one of our soldiers in the 13th Battalion disappeared 4 days ago, and we have been looking for him. But it was this morning when we got information that he shot at himself. Let's say something like 4 kilometers away from the barracks in Kavale, Nyakasenene, near the church. Because he disappeared with his gun, and it is true, it is not a lie. The information you are getting is correct. The body is now still at the scene. Police is doing SOCO management, after which you shall take it to the hospital for postmortem. He shot himself when the blood is still fresh. It must have been around 5 to 4 a.m. in the morning.
International news.
The warring parties in a conflict in Libya will hold talks with the neighboring Tunisia today as part of continuing peace process. The two sides, the government of the National Accord based in Tripoli and the Eastern Parliament led by General Khalifa Haftar, signed a ceasefire last month and will today start negotiations on forming a single government with the aim of holding elections. The head of the UN mission, Stephanie Williams, says that there had been already significant progress and latest talks offered Libya a unique opportunity.
Sports, sponsored by Kakwila War. Betting has been made easy. Simply visit www.kawilawar.co.ug. Kakwila War. Bet simple, instant.
Four-time African Player of the Year Samuel Eto'o survived road accident on Sunday while headed to Cameroon's commercial hub of Douala. That's according to the family members. He was returning from Bofasam town in the western Cameroon, where he had attended a festival over the weekend. The driver is said to have lost control of his car and hit two cars in Eto'o's convoy. The former Barcelona forward is in hospital, according to the family members, although they say he's in a stable condition. And that's how we conclude with this bulletin. I am Pamela. Good afternoon.